When you know better, you gotta do better. So I just told y'all that good actions lead to good consequences and bad actions lead to bad consequences. So now you can't say you ain't know better. Am I right? All right.
But we, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, under Commander GEN.YAHANNA, we teach that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the 12 tribes of Israel. So we teach out the Bible, and we wear the same garments and warlike apparel that the brothers did in the Bible, that the Hebrews wore in the Bible. You understand? So that's why we dress like this. We dress how the brothers in the scriptures describe the dress in warlike apparel. You understand? So we dress like this 24/7 when we go out to the club, when we do our teachings, our classes online, on YouTube, www.I.S.U.P.K.com, all of that.
That's right.
This is my name is Captain Kapash, Captain of 10,000 Kapash. This is my right-hand man, Officer of 5,000 Tarap, Yahawada, which means tearing pieces in Hebrew. This is a young man trooper, you understand? So you want to get the story about the brother when he did get
locked up. Yeah.
When he got locked up at Esau. Go ahead.
All right. When I was, a teenager, I did a lot of dirt. I did a lot of things, a lot of violent things when I was a teenager. I skated by for a while without being locked up. I wasn't locked up until I was 20 years old, right? But here's the thing about it, the Lord will get you even after, the fact sometimes. So it's best just to not just do the things that would actually get you locked up, right? It's best to, it's best to, listen to the older men that have been, through what you guys might go through, to listen to them.
So when you got locked up, brother, what actually happened? How did that transpire? What did you wind up getting arrested for, and what did they charge you with? How did that look?
I was locked up over a stolen bike one time. I was locked up for possession of marijuana, and tampering with evidence. And they charged me with second-degree robbery on something. This is the thing that they hit me for that I didn't even do. They charged me with second-degree robbery, right? And I wasn't when at the same time I did a couple of robberies before, But these robberies that they hit me with, I did not do.
Did you wind up getting charged? Did you wind up getting convicted of robbery? Or did you wind up getting convicted of any of these crimes? Did you have to serve any jail?
It was amended down to a misdemeanor.
Okay.
The one robbery charge was called strong-armed robbery, wasn't armed robbery, but it was amended down to a misdemeanor.
And so what happened? Did you wind up getting probation, or?
Yes, I got probation.
Did you do any time in jail at all?
Yes, I did. My top was 6 months.
6 months. So you spent 6 months in jail.
Right.
That was the county jail, right? Not the penitentiary.
No, not the penitentiary.
Was it county jail here in Marion County?
No, in Louisville, Kentucky.
In Louisville, Kentucky. All right. So what did that look like? So these young brothers understand, because they watch TV, they see different things on TV about how jail is, and I don't think that most of them understand the difference between a penitentiary and a county jail. But when you were in the county jail for 6 months, how was that? Was that a good experience for you?
No, it was not a good experience.
How not?
It was not. But one thing, certain things that you have, that you think you got set in play while you're out there in the world, well, they get all messed up once you go to jail. And then you come out, it doesn't, you can do a month in jail and come out and things are so different.
Because while you're locked up, life goes on for everybody else, right?
Right, it does. It goes on.
And so, would you consider that a good experience or a bad experience?
It was a bad experience, but I learned things from that experience.
Of course. So, would you tell them this? So I tell the boys all the time, good actions usually have good consequences, bad actions usually have bad consequences, right?
Right.
So, do you consider that you had good actions that led you to that bad consequence, or bad actions that led you to that bad consequence?
Bad actions led me to those consequences.
All right. So since those bad actions led you to those bad consequences, what did you do? What did you? So you said you learned. What did you learn?
Right. Well, one thing I learned. This is one thing that I learned. I learned that the judgment of the Lord is out there. That's what I learned. Okay. Because when I got locked up over something that I didn't do, I'm sitting there thinking, why am I getting locked over this? Well, then I had to think about what I did do. Right. You know what I'm saying? I had to think about what I did do that I did not get locked up for.
Did you also learn not to make those same bad choices that you made before that led you to those bad consequences?
Right. Yes, I did.
Thank you, brother. Yo, give a brother a hand.
I got a story too.
You got a story. Go ahead.
Hey, shoot, my situation was similar to y'all's situation. The only difference was I was like 21. But I was on the basketball court playing basketball, got into a fight on the basketball court. The only problem was now I'm 21. So then when it went down and the names got called out, now they pulled me. This was like, it happened like 6 months ago. Now I'm driving around trying to, keep things afloat. You understand? Next thing you know, the police pulled me over. So I'm like, all right, pull over. I can help you. Oh, you something with it. I don't know what it was. I gave them my ID so they could check, run the ID. I'm cool. I'm working as a wrestling coach at Howell High School and whatnot. So I'm thinking it's nothing. They come back, can you get out the car? I'm like, it's no sweat. That's no problem. They're like, well, put your hands behind your back. I'm like, what? I'm getting arrested. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, well, you got a warrant for your arrest. I'm like, a warrant? You got the wrong dude. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got into nothing lately. Because this when I was learning the truth. So I was like changing my ways, changing my life, not doing into crimes or nothing. So he like, nah, you under arrest. I'm like, man, you got to run that name again. All right, we'll run it again. So they went to their car, ran it again, and showed me the little thing, said, you Aaron, you this such and such, such and such. Damn. I'm like, yeah, that's me. I'm like, damn. They said, well, you got a warrant in your arrest for a battery. If you get into a fight with somebody, they can charge that like a battery or whatnot, something like that, which can be like a felony. So they arrested me, you know what I mean? They towed my car. I had a nice little car. I had just got it, like a year ago before. Went to jail, you know what I mean? I had me in the cell, go through the motions of the cell. And then they put you in, they had me in this room with like 20 bunk beds and a desk and a TV, bathroom, toilets to the side, you know what I mean? And shoot, I had to sit in there for like 2-3 days. And during that time, my girl had got the bail money and got me out, you know what I'm saying? But then I had to go to court like 3 months later after that for that. And they gave me a 2 years probation. So the 2 years probation is, if you do a crime within that 2 years, let's say I'm on 2 years probation, I do a crime in 6 months, I gotta go to jail for 1.5 years. And I had to do drug testing every day. You had to call a number every day. And then one of the days, they're gonna say, come in for a drug test, you gotta pay $15, no matter what. Even if you don't got the money, you don't got no way there, that's on you. So I had to deal with that for the whole 2 years. And, thanks for the teachings of Commander GEN.YAHANNA, I was able to get through that without failing, you understand, without failing the drug test. Because through the Israelite school, I learned to not smoke weed no more. And not do, any type of drugs, meth or heroin or nothing. And did the 2 years probation, they took the felony and made it a misdemeanor. Before that 2 years, I had a felony. I couldn't even get a job at Burger King, McDonald's, nothing. For 2 whole years, only type of jobs I was able to get was hard labor jobs with a temp agency. And they paying you little to nothing. You gotta drive to these different sites and just do what they tell you to do on while you get there. It ain't even no steady work. So during that 2 years, shoot, I was one broke dude. I ain't had no money. Because I was learning from the school, the Israelite school, to not sell drugs or not do anything wicked, robbing or nothing. So I just had to endure the suffering of that for the 2 years and being broke. You understand? But I just endured it. Thanks to Commander GEN.YAHANNA and the I.S.U.P.K. And shoot, I got the misdemeanor. But shoot, think if I was still smoking weed. Shoot, that misdemeanor turned to a felony. That 2 years of can't even get a job at Burger King, nowhere really, could turn into a lifetime of nowhere getting a job nowhere. Like, I mean, you can go to Burger King, at least hustle for a couple months, get some paper up. But with a felony, you can't even do that. You know what I mean? You just basically, you just damn near gonna be like a homeless person.
That was another one.
Well, yeah.
Not the D word.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got you.
Do it later.
Oh, I got you. I'll get you too. I got you. I'll do them. But, so yeah, that's what it was like when I got arrested. You know what I mean? I didn't even expect it. A fight that happened 6 months ago, they give me a warrant for it now from something that happened on the basketball court. And so you know, man, you just always want to watch. You know what I mean? Like when you a kid, you get into a fight, you might, if they send you juvenile, it'll just be overnight. Your mom come get you. I had that too. But when you come over 18, now they try to stick you with stuff if you get into a fight. You know what I mean? Or this and that. So if you do fight, it better be over a righteous cause. Not no stupid basketball game or nothing like that. You know what I mean? But that's what I learned from that.
I'll piggyback right on that. Thank you for that, brother.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Give brother a hand, y'all. So one thing I'm going to piggyback on that about fighting. So a lot of times, y'all know, a lot of fighting for keeps out here, right? Y'all know people y'all age getting killed in the streets for fighting. Right or wrong? Who knows somebody who got killed before? That's almost everybody in the room. So what you think might just be, oh, I'm about to whoop this dude real quick. Yeah, it might be that in that moment. But what about when he go back to the car and get a gun? Or what about when his homies come with a gun? Or what about when somebody bring a knife? So it's a smarter man to walk away from the fight in the first place instead of engaging in the fight. It takes a stronger man and a smarter man. So my thing is, any fight you can walk away from is the best kind of fight.
Right.
Now, most of y'all know, I did Taekwondo when I was a kid. In '96, I was the national Taekwondo champion in the United States, #1. So I knew how to take care of myself, to say the least, right? But in my time, when we fought, it was just a fight. In fact, most of the guys who I had fights with wound up becoming my friends.
Right.
So people in the neighborhood, we wind up scrapping, then we friends after, we cool. But now, y'all generation totally different than that. Y'all can't take an L. And I'll tell you one reason why y'all can't take an L. Because as soon as y'all have a fight, what happens? Somebody pull out their phone, right? Somebody recording it. Then it get put on social media. So now with us, you wind up getting whooped. It was just the people who were around, and then other people heard about it. But y'all wind up getting whooped. Everybody in the world know about it. So that's a big thing for y'all. I get it. Y'all, that hurts your pride. So what I would tell you is, when you see the fight coming, walk away in the first place. The reason why I started this conversation today, and then I'm gonna get ready to wrap up. I started this conversation for a simple reason. Malik asked me to come to court with him, right? As we sitting in the courtroom, just last Thursday, 9 o'clock in courtroom 24 downtown City County building. As we sitting there, I'm sitting there, Malik's sitting there, and we looking around. There were maybe 28 or so people in the courtroom at one time, and only 2 of them were white. I'm talking about the people on the wrong side of the table, the defendants. Only 2 of them were white. All the rest of them were black. I got a problem with that. What about y'all? Now, there are a lot of different reasons for why that might be, but I got a problem with it. I will. So then, another part of that is that all the court staff, the judge, the prosecutor, the public defender, the paralegal, the court stenographer, all of them were white. So every time a black person go up there, because like I said, it was only 2 white people, right? All of these people go up there, and they're standing there, and they're letting these other people judge their life. So these other people got to determine what their life was going to look like for the next few years, right? And Malik got to go up there, and the judge and everybody else got to determine what his life was going to look like for the next few years. So my thing is, don't ever put yourself in that situation in the first place where someone else has the opportunity and the ability to judge what your life is going to look like.
Right.
And the way that you don't do that is by monitoring your actions. Good actions usually lead to what? Good consequences. Bad actions usually lead to what? Bad consequences. The people that were in there, for the most part, their bad actions led them to that bad consequence. Right? So don't have the bad actions that's going to lead you to those bad consequences. I've been a police officer for 13 years. I can't tell you how many people I've arrested in my career, right? I spent 10 years on the street, and I've only been doing this program for 3 years. So after 10 years on the street of locking people up, most of them look just like us, I got tired of it. So I begged and pleaded with the police department. I wrote a letter, basically, it's called the Interdepartment, to my district commander asking him, could I come do this program? Because I wanted to help to be a part of the solution to that problem. So my personal philosophy is I don't think that arresting people will usually bring about a better circumstance for that person. I don't think that's going to usually happen. I think that usually that bring about a worse circumstance for that person. So what I like to do is to empower people to not put themselves in that situation. So even the people who are arrested, most of the time I sat and had a conversation with them. The best thing I like about being a police officer is that I have discretion. In a lot of situations, I don't have to lock people up. I don't have to write people tickets. It's sometimes my choice whether I write a ticket or not. How I decide to police my community, right? So I usually made the decision to, if I could, try to mentor a person, try to give them information in lieu of writing them tickets or locking them up. Not all officers do that. Does that mean that they're wrong? No, they're just doing their job. Y'all got me? So don't put yourself in a position where someone else gets to determine what your future is going to look like. You all need to determine your future. And the way you're going to do that is by making good choices from here on out. Has everybody got me? All right. One more. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, and if I could, I know a lot of you watch movies where the gangster got lawyers that fight for him and all this and that. When I had my case, I paid my lawyer, you know, the $500 and everything like that. He's sitting there like, well, you should just take the plea deal, take 2 years probation. He like not even trying to fight. Come to find out, like a year later, I look at the paperwork. It said I did a whole bunch of stuff I never ever did. It said I bashed dude's head against the wall and blah, 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 which was all lies. So don't think that you're going to go in the court case and they're going to be doing some big old judgment for you. They're going to put you in there and say, all right, what's your number? What'd he do? Okay, they're going to just give you that and get you out the way. And now you got to deal with whatever charge, whatever they give you. It ain't like the movies when you go to court. It ain't like, you know, you got some lawyer who's like, my client is innocent and he didn't do it. They don't care. The lawyers just, you know, unless you got $20,000, $50,000.
I've seen it. Even if you got it, you still get the same thing.
Exactly.
Most of the time, honestly.
It's just like a thing. It's like a machine. All right, he come in, give him his time. He come in, give him his time. It ain't trying to figure if you did it or not. The fact that you're there, damn near mean you did it. That's all it is.
Another one, brother.
That's how it was with me. When I was there, I didn't get to say nothing. I'm just standing there, my lawyer talking, and they're like, all right, give that brother give him 2 years. I'm like, all right, just walk away. Now I got 2 years probation. Ain't no debate or argument or none of that.
Yeah, you just happy you didn't have to go to jail.
I was just happy he didn't go to jail, but it was still hell.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to bring that out. You know, don't think there's no lawyers in like the movies.
So one quick thing, we're going to get back to playing ball. I want everybody in the room to repeat this after me. Y'all ready? When you know better. When you know better. I ask everybody. I want everybody to repeat this after me. Are y'all ready? When you know better. When you know better. You got to do better. You got to do better. So I just told y'all that good actions lead to good consequences and bad actions lead to bad consequences. So now you can't say you ain't know better. Am I right? All right, let's get back to it, guys.
He got 50 push-ups.
I.S.U.P.K.
To the family, brother Red Pill representing On the Ledge. Do me a favor, family, make sure you subscribe to I.S.U.P.K. on YouTube. Get some of that fire that the brothers are delivering, some of that good information, all right?